Hey guys, I'm getting a later start on this than I intended to. Even though it's daylight savings time. Well, I mean, that's not daylight savings time. It's summer, and it stays light later. It's already getting dark, so sorry. Now, what I'm doing today is making brownies. I'm gonna try. I sort of half-assed a recipe from the internet. Couldn't find brownie mix. Fully intended to use brownie mix. Couldn't find brownie mix, so I've got unsweetened cocoa, flour, salt, sugar, butter, eggs, and now I gotta make my own chocolate chips like this. About to turn on the microwave. That's me melting butter. After melting the butter, I'm not going to need this anymore, and I'm not going to make you watch. Me cut up all of my chocolate. I'm just showing you how I'm making the chocolate chips. I didn't like that noise. Maybe there's some metal in that bowl. I don't know. But anyway, making my own chocolate chips. This one's not cutting up as good as the last one did. Kind of crumbling a little bit, but it'll work good enough. That's not the main component of the brownies anyway. It's just bonus material. So anyway, that's enough of that. I've also pre-mixed the ingredients, so you're just going to see me put the pre-mixed and mostly pre-mixed into the pan, and then I'll bake it. So this one shouldn't be a really long one, so I'll get back to you when I'm ready to do all the mixing. Okay, melted the butter on the stove, done making the chocolate chips, and now I'm looking at the bowl. Wait a minute. I got a bigger bowl. Should have used this bowl in the first place. This is the bowl I was going to mix it in because that's the only one that was microwavable. Turned out, nope, not microwavable. So anyway, I'm ready to start mixing stuff. So yeah, that bowl's still not going to be big enough. I'll let you start watching. That's not going to be big enough. Here's the cocoa. I have an equal amount of flour. So let's do about half of this. Let's do half a recipe. And I'll just mix two different bowls, and I'll just cook them separately. I've only got one pan to cook in, so now I gotta eyeball this half business. Okay, so there's the cocoa. I gotta put the butter in right now. Again, remember only half, grade one. Only half the butter. Okay. Here comes the butter. That's about half of the butter. And now half. This is the cocoa, but that is in that bowl. I've measured out flour. So about half of this. That's easy enough to do. I could eyeball it with the cocoa because it's the same. Okay. Now for sugar, I need about half of this bag. This is 400 grams. I need a little bit less than 200 grams. So actually, before I do that, I better start mixing. And I need to mix in the eggs. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think I may have to add more butter. Certainly got plenty. Calls for 2 eggs, large eggs. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what large means, but I don't know what large eggs are. It's chicken eggs, I assume, but they're mostly the same size. Okay. Ignore the water running. I'm waiting for it to get hot and then to put in that bowl that I did with the butter. That microwave didn't work. I put hot water in this bowl to clean it, you know. As you've seen any of my videos before, you know I like to clean as I go. That's definitely going to need the rest of the butter. Okay. If these come out like shit, that may be the maneuver that does it. Remember, I haven't even put the sugar in there yet. It's hard to imagine this coming out very good. The thing that amazes me is it doesn't call for any milk. That seems unlikely. Maybe that's a... Maybe it was accidentally left out. I just kind of... Maybe I ought to add milk to this. I don't know. I'll mix it up, see how it goes. Okay. I don't think I showed you putting in the sugar. If not, I apologize, I forgot. But the sugar's in there, it's all mixed. Forgot it calls for salt. It doesn't call for much salt. 1.2 mil, that's not very much. Yeah, it couldn't be more than that. And it's, I don't know, I've only been off camera mixing this for a couple of minutes. Just started the other side of Blue Train. And I don't know, it's mixing up all right. Looks a little bit grainier than I wanted it to, but I tasted, well, here, let's taste it now. Yeah, still a little bit chunky, but the batter tastes pretty good. I don't know, it may turn out, who knows? All right, hang on. I gotta get the chocolate chips. I don't think that's really necessary, but it'll make them chocolatier, even though they're pretty chocolatey now. Looks like a lot, but I'm gonna mix them in all good. And this is just milk chocolate. I couldn't get Nestle Toll House chocolate chips, but I'll show you. Yeah. I just took this candy bar and chopped it up. Make my own chocolate chips. And I'm using far fewer than the guy on the internet suggested. It's chocolatey enough without them. So, oh shit. Put the oven on. Okay. Yeah, I could use more chocolate chips, I guess. Now after I cook these, I have to let them cool. And then after I let them cool, gotta cut them and take them out because I've still got another half recipe dished out. So, anyway, hang on a second. All right, well, I'm gonna finish mixing this and then I'll show you putting it in the pan. Okay. here's the pan. What have I done? I've lined it with foil, and the mix is pretty well mixed up, and it's really, really thick. And the oven is turned on. Oh, damn it. All right, I gotta clean the spoon. Okay. Oh man. Just transferring it into the pan is kind of a mess. But, all right. I'll show you what I mean. Okay. Oh yeah, I think I forgot to mention, I also greased the aluminum somewhat. Just, I don't know how bad these are gonna stick. I sure as hell didn't want to see how bad it's gonna stick to the glass. The thing I read suggested putting it in, lining the bowl in butcher paper. Not butcher paper, but that kind of is sort of like butcher paper, but you could bake it and it won't catch fire. I couldn't find any, and I figured aluminum foil would probably work. Aluminium foil, whatever. It's all the same stuff. You know, Sir Humphrey Davy, the guy who discovered, well, he didn't discover it, but he isolated aluminum. Actually, he named it aluminum himself. British guy. He named it aluminum. And then the British just didn't go along with what Humphrey Davies called it, because it didn't match the other EMs like radium and potassium and shit. So, the British can criticize the aluminum thing, and to be honest, that criticism only exists on the internet. When you actually meet somebody, no one's that unreasonable. Everybody knows. Okay, that's about as even as we're gonna get, I guess. And every time I touch it with the spoon, I lose more of the stuff, so. All right. Okay. I'm gonna put it in the oven. Okay, there it is. Damn it. There you go. And we'll let that bake for 20 minutes and see how it goes. All right. I'll pick you back up then. Okay, I turned off the oven a few minutes ago, about 20 minutes ago or so. And the pan's still too hot to touch, but I'm pulling it out of the oven now so it can just cool in the room temperature. The oven's not hot anymore. I'm gonna stick a fork in it again just to see what it looks like. Just to see if it does seem a little bit more cooked. Top seems a little bit darker than I want it to be, but I don't know. Came up clean. They don't smell burnt. They actually smell okay. Did I pull this off? Holy shit. It's the first time I've baked anything. Wait till it cools and then we'll taste it. So another, I don't know, probably half an hour or more. And you won't see the difference. We'll be back to you. Just be right back. Okay, it's cooled off a bit, quite a bit, and I dumped the brownies on a cutting board and removed the foil. And now let's cut it. Cut them. Okay. Okay, so not exactly equal. Okay, gonna get 9 out of this. Sounds about right. I guess, I don't know. I don't know why I said that. Okay. Get the first one out and then the rest will be easy. But, okay. Let's see better light here. It looks fairly moist. All right, hang on, how do I do this? Okay, let's give it a try. It's pretty good. I'm not sure I could sell them, but came out way better than I expected. I thought it was going to be a complete disaster. Also, the guy who requested this video, I don't know this, he didn't say, but I kind of suspect he was hoping I would add another special ingredient, which is certainly available, almost kind of not illegal here where I live, but I wanted to see if I could just make regular brownies. And they came out all right. I'll finish that one with a glass of milk, but I'm reasonably happy with that. They came out pretty good. So anyway, there's my brownies. Hit like and subscribe if you're all interested. I know I don't do these very often, but I'd like to start doing them more often, more regularly. So we'll see what I can come up with. But there's a brownie video, Phil. Hope you liked it. Wasn't that exciting? Well, except for me. I can now make brownies. That's a trip. Probably never do it again, but I can. Anyway, all right. So yeah, like, subscribe, watch one of these if there are any up there. I don't know. And then yeah, I'll make another one when I feel like it. Bye.